Yes, we are back again in Train Sim World 5, and this time for the last time. Yes, the last ever stream, trip, journey, video, whatever this is, in Train Sim World 5. What a year it's been. From the excitement of looking forward to it, the thrill of West Coast Mainline South, the disappointment in the American route, and the joy that has been every other route that we've had come out during the life of Train Sim World 5. But it's on to new things. If you're watching this on YouTube, in 2 days' time, Train Sim World 6 will be upon us. There will be content coming from me on that. So keep an eye out on the YouTubes. There'll be streams and videos and all sorts coming for Train Sim World 6. And yes, moving on, all things new. If you are watching on YouTube, there'll be links in the doobly-doo below. Well, one to where you can get Train Sim World 5. I don't know why you want to, but you might do actually, because you might be able to get it quite cheap. There'll be a link down there to the Twitch page where you can watch me live on Twitch doing trains every Tuesday. And a link down there to the Discord server as well. Good evening then to Trenty McBone. Excuse me. And to Daz. And yes, a couple of weeks ago we did West Cornwall Local, because that links up closely to the Riviera line, which is coming in Train Sim World 6. Last time we did the German route, we did Naverka Dresden, because that links up with Dresden Leipzig that's coming in Train Sim World 6. This time we're going to do a run in New York Trenton, because that links up with the Morristown line when that comes out, which is there. That goes into New York Penn. So the New York Trenton route we're going to be doing goes into New York Penn. So when we do Morristown, that'll come out of New York Penn. So that's the reason for doing that one this evening. Other routes, if you haven't seen them, we have the awesome Riviera line coming, which is Exeter down to Paignton and then Exeter to Plymouth. Looking forward to that one. And then we've got Leipzig Dresden, which is an extended version of Naverka Dresden, which is the one we did last week. So yes, lots to come, which I am really looking forward to. I'm only streaming for 40 minutes. Why am I streaming for 40 minutes? Don't think so.
Good evening, this is Many Moths.
It is Many Moths. Thank you, Sim. 10 of them, in fact. Another 23, and you've been here for a year. Right, anyway, let's get on with it, because otherwise it'd just be me talking, which is good. It's going to be for the next 2.5 hours. Apologise if I sound a bit hoarse. Call me Ed. I've literally had 2 cups of coffee all day. I came in the house and was like, right, we'll just have a drink, and haven't. So I've just had my 3rd drink of the day. It's been a busy one. You can call me horsey, yes. So what's the difference here then? We got New York, Northeast Corridor to New York Trenton, and reduced timetable. We don't want the reduced one. I'll have another drink. We want the full one. I did do a video on this, and I can't remember what one I did it on. We'll do this one. Right, so we want to go into New York Penn. So we'll do this one then. Trenton to New York Penn. Well, that's the 4 line, isn't it? 9:46, 57 of the minutes. The date is today, which is 16th of December. This, if you've got this far on YouTube, going out, as I said that already, haven't I? On a Tuesday. At some point, I'm going to catch up with YouTube. There's so much stuff on so many days. I'm going to be reducing the amount of content I put on YouTube. Once the ETS2 stuff is finished, I think that'll be the end of that. And then we'll cut back on some other things as well. Right. Let's turn the volumes up. Platform is on the right. Reverser handle is in. Reverser into forward. We'll open doors. They are opening. Okay, now that's something. I just hope this is a simple train to drive. We got a combined power handle. Automatic brake is in full service. Brake mode is passenger because we are. Independent brake has been released. We're not horny. Here it's the last Train Sim World 5 stream. It is. It's the final stream. Right, where are we going? Going to Metro Park, Newark International, Newark Penn, New York Penn. Well, it's not very many stops, is it? The final stream ever. Remember doors. Look, hang on. I'm going to start. No. Look. That comment would make people believe, and don't forget, people could be here for the first time. Do you honestly think, after all these hours in Train Sim World 5, all the hours I've got in all the other train sims, and, you know, the professionalism I have, that I would attempt to leave the platform with the doors open? What sort of level of professionalism? I'm shocked and stunned by that comment. I think you should take that back. We'll lock the doors anyway. Right, doors are locked. Are any of my handles here? The independent brakes released. Automatic brakes released. That's something. Of course not, Steve. We expect a highly competent streamer who doesn't none of what I just explained. Look, I've shut the doors. That's a plus, isn't it? Are we actually going to move? We're moving. We're moving. There's this forward movement. Yes, I'm as surprised as you are. Movement is happening. That's making a noise. It's making noises. Amy Lou. Right, I'm just going to do a thing. There we go, before it all goes horribly wrong. And I know we haven't got any lights on. We're not worried about things like lights. Is there any? Yeah, we've got lights on now. Right, okay. I saw that, McBone. I haven't read about it, but I saw it. You really have too much money on Connor, which I think I did at that age as well. Right, 32 miles then to Metro Park. I thought it would be a stopping service. It is a stopping service. Just less of the stopping than I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the beeping. Slightly concerned by it. Hello, Nigel. Yes, there were many releases yesterday from the Apples. I don't know if I'm a fan of the new glass thing. My phone looks odd now. And that's the only difference I can see. Hi, Chef Lad. Right, so making our way into New York Penn. So that's where the Morristown line will be leaving from. So probably not next week, because there won't be enough days to stream all the routes in Train Sim World 6. Unless we do a long stream. Well, there's an idea. It'll probably be the week after, before we get to do the Morristown line. Not the Morris Minor. Was there a group called Morris and the Miners? Nigel will know, he's old. Stream on Monday. I am streaming on Monday. Do you not look at the streaming schedule? I will be here next Monday. And the Monday after. Right, 119 miles an hour, which seems quite quick for America. Morris Minor and the Majors. Oh, there we go. They come from Rotherham. Okay, well, there you go. Tony Hawk's. I won't have heard Tony Hawk's. Didn't he do... Wasn't Tony Hawk's the guy that did Around Ireland with a Fridge? Was that him? It was a brilliant book. Thoroughly enjoyed the book. That's Tony Hawk, not Tony Hawk's. That's Chesney Hawkes, is the one and only. I am the one and only. Yeah, I'm sure Tony Hawk's was the one that did Around Ireland with a Fridge, where he travelled around Ireland with a fridge. Because why not? Some sort of companion, I suppose. I don't know if you strike a bit like what's his face? Tom Hanks with a basketball. Yeah, if he can talk to a basketball and I can talk to a plant, then Tony Hawk's can talk to a fridge. Hi, Bubbles. So yes, I did think this would be a proper stopping service, but at least it goes to show this line, or gets to show this line. An easy way in. I'm sure it'll get busier the closer we get to New York. Around the Island with a Fridge, first time 1998 travel book by Tony Hawk's. There you go. Which detailed his experience hitchhiking around Ireland with a fridge. It's a really good book. If you like travel books, I can recommend it. What happens when you start talking to yourself? Oh, I do that. But I have found I'm talking to Planty a lot more now. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. It's like, Wednesday tomorrow, Planty. Like, was it Sunday? I was like, yeah, don't go out there, it's raining. It's not like it's got a choice, it's on the dining table. I used to say that to the budget in all fairness. Don't go out there, Psycho, you'll get wet. We do all talk to ourselves from time to time. Time after time. Planty has to listen to Daddy talking. Yeah. I do get more sense from plants. He doesn't talk back. I haven't got to feed it. Just got to give it some water a couple of times a week. It's fairly cheap as a house companion. Yeah. It is. Well, I talked to the Amazon device. Not as in conversation, but I tell it to do things. I think you start having a conversation with the Amazon device, there's something wrong. Occasionally he drops a leaf, and I moan at him for making a mess on the dining table. I used to whinge at the budgie for making a mess. A little mentor. Mental? You can't even spell the word mental. So are we double-ended? Oh no, we're not. We're not one of the ones you can drive from the back. We're an actual proper type train. So yeah, the Morristown route that's coming is a bit more commuter-y than this one. So this one, I suppose you wouldn't call it a commuter route. An hour away is probably the equivalent of like going from Swindon to London. An hour with a couple of stops. You know, Didcot, Reading, Slough. I'm sure they used to stop at Slough. I'm sure I remember getting on trains from Swindon. They used to stop at Slough. Now it just seems to be Reading. Is Slough that bad that even GWR won't stop there anymore? So you've had chips twice today, Connor. What I have? Chicken and bacon pasta thing because it's Tuesday. Stop beeping at me. You had a pork pie. I'm very northern. I've never had a pork pie. I like the idea of it, but I don't know. Hang on, we're not going to be doing 145, surely. That just seems way too fast for America. I'm sure they used to stop at Slough. See, that's the one downside to not having anybody in the chat now that knows things about trains. He's going to have fish and chips with a chippy on this part. Oh, of course you're on Hollybobs, aren't you? Hang on, you're on holiday, yet you're still watching this rubbish. Get a bingo on somewhere. Can you have a stroll along the seafront or something? Wander in the New Forest? I think I need a holiday. Proper, not time off work holiday, proper gone away holiday. When you're in Lorette de Mar, you won't be watching me. Well, thanks very much. I wouldn't watch me either if I was in Lorette de Mar. I wouldn't be able to because I'd be in Lorette de Mar. Sanford Holiday Park. Wasn't a fan of the chips. The chippy. It's alright. Wasn't great. Oh, hello. Why? Okay, a noise happened. It's fine. I don't. Yeah, most of the American train routes are freight is the priority. So passenger trains have to pull over into a lay-by. You know, indicate, pull over. Probably some dodgy burger van there, you know, the sort. £13 cotton chips. It's not bad, Chippy. We did go there. How many times? I think I've been there 3 times now, 4 times. Sanford. It's a cheap holiday park, but the reason we used it was A, it was cheap. B, it was fairly easy to get to. Well, for me anyway. It had good train links because they were important then. Like this March, we used it as a base to go across to the Isle of Wight. Last October, used it as a base to go to France. So it was like literally a 15-minute drive to the ferry terminal in Poole. I really want to do that again. Yeah, never had any issues with like cleanliness and stuff. Caravan we stayed at this year was better. But we have had some good weekends away when there's been a group of us staying in this static caravan. It's almost one step better than a hotel because you get your own space to sleep, but then you've got the whole chilling and stuff, board games and things in the evenings, which you can't really do in a hotel. It's not a bad walk to the train station, Nigel, if you don't want to drive somewhere. Just down the lane, about 15-minute walk to train station. Good connections into Poole, really cheap as well. Probably cheaper to jump on the train into Poole than it is to drive and park. Right, 5 miles from Metro Park, our first stop. I don't think we put the TV on much when we were down there. I think we watched Ted. I took some shows. Yeah, I like it. I used to stop at a place near St Leonard's, so up a bit further up. That was better for me from a walking point of view because I was literally just on the edge of the New Forest. But that had good, like, train links. Alright, 95 limit. Oh, you did post a photo of Holton Heath, I remember that. Yeah, we walked down there a few times. Last time it was like pitch black walking back. That's an interesting walk in the dark. I think that was the first day we went there. We got the train into Poole for the evening. And then it was like, it was fine. Then you get off the train and realise, you've got to walk right back up that dark lane then. Right, braking. We've got a 45. I don't see a red yet. Yeah, we did get the train from Wareham. So on one of the days, trains don't stop at Holton Heath. It's Sunday? I think it's Sunday. They don't stop at Holton Heath. So you have to get a train from Wareham. I actually managed to start the train today. No issues whatsoever. My throttles work. I was expecting them not to, but put the software on and they've connected. I will have to try and get that working in Train Sim World 6. Ready for next week. So yeah, hopefully next Wednesday I'll be able to bring you Train Sim World 6 content before its release if you do the pre-order next Thursday. So I'll stream it next Wednesday and Thursday, and then not here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll stream it again on the Monday and Tuesday next week. But I will try and record some content ready to go out on the days when I'm not here. Yeah, I do like it down there. Well, I like the New Forest. That's where I'm going on Monday. My parents' ashes are down in the New Forest. So I will be down there on Monday. Yeah, I've been down there. The only thing is, if it's raining or has been raining, where their ashes are, you've got to jump over a couple of little like streams. And I've been down there in the winter, and let's just say it's interesting. I got very wet foot once. Hey, now look at that time. I'm only 13 seconds late. That's not bad for me. Right, what we'll do... I've recorded videos down there, actually. Of me wandering around the New Forest. You're not bored. Neither are you. Baldy! Excuse me, coming through. Baldy! Right. Lock doors. Okay, roughly on time. All right, Newark International is next in 12 miles. So yeah, it's Train Sim World 6 next Wednesday. Next Tuesday, I'm going to do the Riviera line. Maybe Monday. I'll look at it over the weekend. Because I want to do Exeter to Plymouth and Exeter to Paignton, so almost recreate what we're going to get in Train Sim World 6 in Train Sim Classic. So I might do it Monday and Tuesday. Robert Redford's died. Oh, blimey. Well, comes to us all. 89. That's not a bad innings. we haven't seen many other trains, have we? It's been slightly lacking. Isn't Newark New Jersey? Yeah, because we're going to the other Penn, aren't we? Where Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi are both from. Does look quite nice, New Jersey, because there's the coastal bit as well, isn't there? You know, the bit on the coast by the water, which generally is coastal by the water. You wouldn't have a coastal inland bit, and this is a really big lake or a very large puddle. Anyway, 10 of the miles to go. Actually, not a bad line, this. Can't remember the last time I did this route. Or a huge stream we may fall in. If I get there and it's that bad, Michael, I will post a picture on Monday. I don't know what the forecast is actually for Monday. No, my luck, rain. So yes, I will be here well, every day now through till next Thursday, before I go meet some idiots in Doncaster on Friday next week, which I'm really looking forward to. Right, for the first time we can actually get a bit of a move on. So these must... the locos must run around, because this is just carriage at the back and not one of those ones that's pushed by the loco on the return trip. So I reckon this must have come a fair distance from somewhere else. Although most of the long distance stuff that Amtrak have is diesel. So like, you know, the really long distance stuff is all diesel hauled. Oh, we're catching up a train. Double-decker thing. Oh, 80. Yeah, they're real big. Although they have like 3 engines pulling them. So in typical American fashion, massive engine puts out no horsepower. I wonder if they've had to like increase alternator power, increase engine sizes now with some of those trains, where the amount of people that are plugging things in, you know, charging devices, which obviously back in the day you didn't, because you didn't have a device to plug in. So obviously there's more power draw. Right, we should notice it getting bigger. Bigger? Bigger? Busier. Or bigger after Newark. So we'll bring the speed down a little tiny bit. Still be roughly on time. Alright, so Newark International, Newark Pen, New York Pen. So 2 pens. Yellow, yellow, green, thankfully. Oh, it was yesterday? Probably yesterday. My work pen ran out of ink. So I got it. Really nice pen I got given by a supplier. So I had to revert back to a Bic. And it's just not as comfortable to hold. Yeah, write's fine. It's all about how it feels in your hand. The pen. Go back to driving your bus. I used to have a nice pen. But now I just mainly use ones that are given to me by suppliers and stuff. Occasionally you get nice ones. I got a whole little mug of them on my desk where they've all run out of ink. I keep thinking, I'll just buy some more little refill things to go inside them. Hey, we're a minute late. That's not bad for Amtrak. You have a company pen. Yeah, I do. I normally have just one pen on my desk. The amount I probably spend several minutes a day looking for it. The other day I was inputting information from a pad to my left and picked up the pen, ticked off the information, put the pen back down, and every time I put the pen back down over the number I had to type in. It's like, really? So I have to move the post-it with the number on somewhere else. I didn't put the pen down. This is an airport, isn't it? Newark International Airport. Don't seem to see many of the aeroplane-y things. Or hear many. It's not quite Gatwick, is it? Right, Newark Pen next then, in 2.5 miles. really got an interesting sound to it, this thing. Tomorrow night, back with Portal. Doing Portal 2. Did the first one last week. Thought I'd give the second one a bit of a go this week. Thursday night, we'll be here with something. I don't know what yet. We'll see. Friday night, Balls, we should be playing with on Friday. Saturday night, some trucking in ETS2. Sunday lunchtime, back on the farm. I'm being overtaken. And then Monday night, say maybe here is some Riviera Line. In Train Sim Classico. I'm guessing that was stopping for a red. Yes, because I've got the... Haha. I had the green. Am I swapping over to the left? Yes, that's why that train stopped. He does... Yeah, it could be Matt Lucas. Bubbles De Vere. To the right. Well, that's information. Thanks. So addresses to the right. You look nothing like Bubbles. We will see in 10 days' time. Right, in we come then into Newark Penn, not New York Penn, Newark. Newark, New Jersey. Didn't know Train Sim Classic had a Riviera Line. Yeah. Western Main Lines. Devon, there's Devon and Cornwall. That's the reason I installed it a while ago, because I knew it was coming. That's why I did the... What one did I do? Oh, Portsmouth one, didn't I? I did Waterloo to Portsmouth. So yeah, so I'll have a look at the weekend. If there's enough... If I can do an Exeter to Plymouth and back, then I'll do that one night. And then I'll do a couple of runs going Exeter to Paignton. Depends on what scenarios there are and what Timmy table routes there are. I will look and plan, and then we can do a direct comparison with that in Train Sim World 6. Because originally when I heard it was the Riviera Line, I just thought it was Exeter to Paignton. So I was like, cool. And then when I looked at the map, it's like, oh, crap. Okay, it's Exeter to Plymouth as well. Plan. I've got to do some planning for the stuff I need to record next week. In Train Sim World 6, there will be a recording day for me on probably Saturday and Tuesday. Right, we've made it here. Again, only a minute late. And then we'll do the run into New York Penn. And then we'll do a run back out again. In something different. Maybe see if we can do more of a stopping service coming out of New York Penn. I can't remember where the Morriston line goes. Hang on. So New York Penn is somewhere. I can't see that. That's too far away. Down the bottom. So it goes out to the left. I think we're coming from the right, I think. And that goes out to the left. Is that right? I don't know. I guess we'll find out next week. Right, 9 miles then to New York Penn. Isn't this bridge one of the bottlenecks in like there's a bridge like this coming into New York that's pretty much a bottleneck for all like trains on like the east coast of America? Or is that no? I watched a video on it. A tunnel. There's a tunnel. It's like 100 and something years old, but is like crumbling. It's not ideal, really, for tunnels. The only thing I'd say with this, obviously, I picked the full timetable. What's the reduced timetable like? Because we've seen about 5 trains in the last 50 minutes. I know it's not commuter time, but it's New York. I think that'd be a bit busy. It just seems all this expanse of railway, and there's just blurry. There's just nothing here. I think this is an old route. I hope the Morristown one's busier. Trump is in the UK, so all the Yanks took the day off, yeah. So it's cost millions of pounds for his protection detail because he's worried about getting taken out. Especially after the sniper the other week. Trump lands at 8:30. Batten down the hatches. Where's he landing? They normally land into Luton, don't they? It's normally geared up for that sort of thing. I don't think they would let him use the Royal Suite at Heathrow. Right, 6 miles, so pick up a little bit of speed as we make our way into New York Penn. Yeah, not a bad route. This, I'm really looking forward to the other American one, the Morristown. So for the first time in all the Trains in World releases, I'm looking forward to all 3 routes. Stansted. Oh, okay. So there'll be both Air Force Ones, a couple of military planes, Yeah, they fly over his car and ambulances and... Queen didn't do that. You know, Queenie went abroad. You know, she'd expect a car to be provided. Trump goes abroad. He takes his own car, ambulance, CIA vehicles. Which is the same for every... Well, the last couple of presidents, isn't it? That's a funky looking station. Yeah, so I think delaying a few flights at Stansted on a Tuesday night is fine compared to other airports. Oh yeah, Air Force, the Marine One comes over, yeah. Well, there's normally two of them. So there'll be two Air Force Ones and a press plane. Because there are two identical aircraft. Although it's only given the call sign Air Force One when the president's on board. Yeah, so the money that's cost. Right, 60 limit. That's not sad, Connor. That's preparing. I've got a cheap Christmas this year. I got putting decorations up. Right, 2.9 miles, in we go. Oh, we're in the middle of September already. 2 weeks' time, it's October. I'm off next week. I go back to work 30th of September. Don't feel bad for me, Connor. I've spent more Christmas... No, last year was the first time in 5 years that I've not seen anyone on... No, that I did see someone on Christmas Day. So it's fine. I'm more looking forward to the 2 weeks off work. Right, 1.7 miles, 1.2 miles, we've got a 15 limit as we approach New York Penn. I might have a couple of beers next week. Get ready for having a couple in Doncaster. After the 3 days at work I've got coming up as well, I'm going to need them. I may have to get something in for Friday night. Today was just ridiculous. I've started my lunge at 12, finished it at 2. Just trying to eat a bite of a roll whilst doing things. I don't think everyone's realised I'm off next week. A couple of people have, but it's so busy. I'm just going to put my out of office on at like 4:45 on Friday and just leave. I've still got a couple of my old motorcycle helmets up in the loft. They're no use to anything now. I've still got my leathers and my jacket with all the armour in. If I had somewhere secure to put a bike, if I had a garage, yeah, I would probably invest in another motorbike. Right, we're not due at New York Penn for another 7 minutes. Thing is, a decent helmet can be hundreds of pounds. And helmets are very personal. Some people like certain brands, some people like tinted visors, non-tinted visors. He bought him a refurbished Mac. Cheapskate. No, that's a good deal. Handy being at work. Oh, could have bought him a new one, not a bloody refurbished one. Right, in we come. Into New York Penn. Going underground. So the problem Ethan had last year is what to get me. I remember what he did get me. I think it was a pad and a pen. I don't know what it was. Nothing coming anything that exciting. What's my Christmas dinner? Is it KFC? Oh, I did a Christmas dinner last year. Year before I didn't. I'm not thinking that far. I'll say not thinking that far ahead. It's only 3 months, isn't it? 3 months and 9 days. $100 till. Hang on, Alexa. How many sleeps till Christmas?
It's 100 sleeps until Christmas. Santa has a Christmas cracker joke he wants to share with us.
What do you call a train loaded with toffee?
I don't know.
A choo-choo train! Ha ha ho 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 ho!
Another cracking joke, Santa.
Come back tomorrow for another Christmas update. Ha 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 ha!
That was quite apt, wasn't it? Right, there seems to be a train in the way. So we've got to stop in 200 yards, but we got a red. And there's a train in the way. So hopefully that buggers off. Because I know we're not due here for another 3 minutes. But surely if you're going to do that, you'd have us stop. How's the back of the... Oh, no. See, the back of the train... What? I didn't do anything wrong then. An AI train crashed into the back of me. I was stopped because I couldn't go any further forward because there was a red. Because there was a train in front of me. So I checked the back of the train to see if it was on the platform. And an AI train just came up and went, we'll just ram into you. Thanks very much for that. Really? Right. Anyway. Trenton to New York Penn. That's one we just done, isn't it? So in that case, we'll do that. New York Penn to Trenton. Northeast. Is this what we just done? No. Okay. New York Penn to Trenton. So back out to Trenton. I was 7 yards short of the red. Yeah. So it's not like I could have gone any further forward. Yet the other train decided to go, no, sod you. You had the electric blanket on last night. We not got heating in your house. I had an electric blanket when I was a kid. I don't like a hot bed. Am I in the same train again? I'm in the same train again. Yeah, it's the same stops. We won't do that then. Yeah, I like getting in a cold bed. You wear PJs? Oh God, no. No. Can't sleep with anything on. No. It gets too restrictive. Right. Let's try that again. So it's not that one. That one then? New York Penn to Trenton. Okay, let's give that a go. No, it's not about that, Connor. It's just since I was about 13, 14, I just can't sleep with pyjamas on, or boxers on, or a t-shirt on. I just find it too restrictive and I get too hot. Right, well, it's a different train. Reverse or into forward. Unlock doors, which are on the left. Yep. Okay. So reverses in power handle. Reverser into forward. Right brake. Independent brake. Let's open the windows. Hi, Rich T. I do like when you go away that it is nice just going in the going into a caravan or even a hotel room and like, Steve's too sexy for his bed. No, it's quite nice when you go away and you check into a hotel or check into I love going away. I love a static caravan. It's like, yeah, I've got a little mini house here. You can chill out for a few days. Right, where are we stopping? Secacus, that place. Newark, Penn, Newark International, Elizabeth, Linden, Rahway, Metro Park, Metuchen, Edison, New Brunswick, Princeton, Hamilton, Trenton. Oh God, this is going to be a fun one. So many of the stops. And there is a red in front of me. So have you just joined? Where have you been? This is the last ever stream from me in train. Last ever stream from me. That's it. That's it. This is the last ever stream from me. Are we going to get some sort of forward motion? We are. There is a red. No, I will give my same commitment on New Year's Eve this year as I gave on New Year's Eve last year. Or was it New Year's Day? No, New Year's Eve. As to what my commitment will be for next year. If there is, I might go on New Year's Eve. You know what? That's it. Eyes done. No. I've heard that a couple of times in the last year, Trent. Right, 4.3 miles to Secacus. It's probably not pronounced like that. Next year I'm revealing my age. 27 in February. I'm going to have a heart attack if I left. At some point I will stop doing this. We all know it's going to happen. And I've said before, as long as I'm enjoying it and you're watching it and you're enjoying me doing it, I'll carry on doing it. I didn't realise I'd be doing it for 10 bloody years. 10 years. I've got to go till next March, haven't I? Because next March will be 10 years of me putting out OMSI content. So I've got to do that. Or even if I don't... No, I've got to do that. I do want to try and do something for my birthday in February. I will be going away, hopefully with some people from the Discord, because that would be awesome. Because I really like that this year in Brussels. And I want to take advantage of the GWR sale in January and do a day trip to Penzance. So that's going to be a thing to go, right, who's up for it? Right, slightly downhill. Oh god, this got weird brakes. Oh no, it's fine. I had to pass the Sims and stuff rains to Trent. Okay, braking is going to be interesting in this because they're not normal brakes. What was that? What the plans were for going somewhere? Brussels in February, and then take advantage of the GWR sale like I've done the last 2 years and do a day trip to Penzance. That normally happens, I think it was between Christmas and New Year. It was like 30 quid return from me to get to Penzance and back. It was like, yes please. I think I did it the first of February or thereabouts. Yeah, because I think we did Brussels for the first time like mid-January. 2 weeks later was in Penzance. 2 weeks later was back in Brussels. No, a week later. I think we did... Yeah, because no, we did Brussels, no, we did Penzance on the Saturday 1 week, and then the following Saturday was back in Brussels again. No wonder I'm tired. Brussels, my plan is to come back on my birthday. So go on the 6th of February, come back on the 9th. That's my current thinking. And then on the Saturday, go to Wuppertal and do the suspended railway. But I'll look at that and ideas for that once we got Doncaster out of the way. Yes, Michael. Yeah. So that I do on a, well, Saturday. I think when Harry joined us a couple of years ago, he just got the train from London and we got on it in Swindon. No. Yeah. That's why I'm doing the Eurostar at like, I think it's 1 in the afternoon on the Friday. Over, and then about 10 a.m. back. So you haven't got to be in London till lunchtime, and you're back in London for lunchtime on the Monday to give people a chance to get home, etc. And then the hotel was cheap. So Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night in the Ibis budget. Daylight! There is daylight. Oh, we're a double decker. I've only just noticed that. But yeah, I'll do a similar thing as we did with this meetup. Once you got Doncaster out the way next week. I do want to do something in December in London. We've done that the last couple of years. I've done a Saturday in London. Soak up a bit of the Christmas atmosphere. But that just may be a couple of us, hopefully. And then won't do anything in January because January's always a bad month. So it'd be nice to something in February. And then I don't know when Easter is. Alexa, when is Easter next year?
Easter will be on Sunday the 5th of April 2026.
There you go. So Easter's in April. So that's good. That sounds like a feeble excuse, Michael. Okay, brakes on this thing are interesting. I slowed down way too early then. What does that mean? It's a poor excuse. Save for a PC. PC specialist, pay for it monthly. Done. Try to do the same as you did with Trent. Get you out of the house. A. Other letters of the alphabet are available. Next week, Trent's going to learn the letter B. There you go. Oh God, really? You're going to... Really? Oh, Amy Lou ruined it. It was about 120 quid or so for the train. I'd say the same for a hotel. And then spending money. So for a weekend away abroad, not that bad. And that's why I want to do it like we've done with Doncaster and go, right, this is the train details, book it when you can. This is the hotel, book it when you can. So do one thing each month, and it's not such a chore. I'll post something after Doncaster. If no one's interested in coming with me, then I'll either do something else, end up in the New Forest for my birthday, or I'll just go on my own. Sod you bastards. You identify as a chore. Okay. You may comment. Other reindeer are available. You may come tit. That's a whole different corner of the internet there, Trent. Hi, Tigger. You're back at Sanford for your birthday in March. I do want to go back down there. I want to use it as a base. Because I really enjoyed that trip to the Isle of Wight that we did. But we never did the whole of the Isle of Wight. We did a bit of it. We ran out of time, which happens every time we do a day somewhere. We just run out of time. I bet that'll happen next weekend in York. It'll be, well, we've run out of day. And next Sunday is just going to be a whirlwind. Commit. There you go. Did you ask your smart device, Trent, how you spell the word commit? Yeah. See, they have their uses. A Geordie comment. Comet, even. Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Rudolph and Dasher and Comet. Oh God, have I just named most of the reindeers? Dancer, Prancer, Comet, Vixen, Rudolph, Dasher. No. I know there's an amount of them. Come on, smart asses. One of you lot's bound to know. Well, it's just cheating. Is there a reindeer called Gary? I don't think there's a reindeer called Gary. Gary the reindeer. Is he at the back? Just fag in hand. Doc, Sneezy, Dopey, Bashful, Wanky, Flirty, Farty. Is that it? That's the dwarfs, in it? Horny. That's you, Trent. Oh, you are one of the dwarfs, though. That's a high road. You take the low road, I'll take the high road. I'll be in Scotland before ye. Well, not from here, you won't. Okay, Alexa, what are the names of all the reindeer?
Santa's reindeer are called Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. Not forgetting Rudolph, the most famous reindeer of all. Also, I can notify you when there's a severe weather alert for your area. Would you like me to do that?
No. What's that got to do with reindeer? What, in case I'm out flying on my reindeer and I might get blown off course? So it's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. That's almost a little rhyme thing. I'm not forgetting Rudolph. The big-headed one. I bet he's headliner, isn't he? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reindeer! Rudolph, top billing, his own dressing room. The rest of them out the back in the stables. Where's Gary? He's like the fifth Beatle. Or, for those that... He's Stuart Smith. you're an Eagles fan, the one on the left that does all the guitar work but gets none of the credit. So he's just Gary does all the work really, while the rest of them are having their manicures and getting their hair done. Gary's out there, you know, he sticks a fake red nose on, impersonates Rudolph. You know, he's a Rudolph stunt double. Gary. Is Donna a kebab? You can't. Look, nobody knows what's in those elephant's legs that you get in the kebab shops, but I don't think it's reindeer. I could be wrong. It tastes nice when you've had a few beers, but it's not reindeer. How do you know? I think there's not many reindeer, are there? It's be a bloody fat gerbil. We have one of those in the community. Do you watch the reindeer 24/7? No, I haven't got reindeer cam on. But I'm pretty sure that elephant's leg isn't made of reindeer. I might have that Friday night. I might be brave and go and see my mate Andy. Or I could do it a week I'm off, actually. Right, we're now arriving at Newark Penn. Other pens are available. Oh, reindeer. Well, you can eat kangaroo, can't you? And eat crocodile. I bet you can eat... Alexa, can you eat reindeer?
From Quora.com. Reindeer or any deer can be eaten.
There you go. Oh yeah, Andy will ask where my son is. I'm just going to say back with his mother in London. No, Andy's is where it's at. Unlock doors. Pens like my Bic. Oh, Bic. Sorry, I read that completely wrong. What pen I'm using here? Is it a Bic? What have I got here? What are you? Oh, you're not. No, you're a posh. It's got a lid on it, and a posh lid that goes click. Don't know what it is. Looks like a Bic, but posher. Lock doors. Doors are locking. This is quite a good route. Why haven't I done this before or recently? I don't mind the trains either. Newark International Airport. Trek number 5 is next. Iceland sold kangaroo burgers. I bet they weren't actually made of kangaroo. I've never eaten anything exotic like that. There's a pub round here you can go to, and they do like kangaroo burgers and crocodile burgers and stuff. I don't really do exotic foods. I'm a simple man. Right, we now appear to have what can only be described as rain. Driver's windshield wiper. There we go. I did like the idea of that, whatever it was, food that I posted in the Discord at the weekend from a country. It's not Syria. Serbia? Scandinavia. Swedish. One of those countries. I've never tried duck. It's supposed to be quite rich, isn't it, duck? Never tried it. We had kangaroo, crocodile and barramundi at a hotel near Ayers Rock. His favourite pen is called Peter. I don't name my pens. I'm not that lonely that I talk to pens. We have ducks in our village. Well, go and get one, peel it, warm it up a bit, and then see what it tastes like. Hang on. Tiger's never seen Little Britain. We all know what that makes Tiger. Is Tiger daffod? You've had duck. It was quite nice. Again, I'm not against trying things like that. No one's cottoned on, have they? You can't eat a bunny. The TV series Little Britain, one of the characters was called Daffod. He was the only gay in the village and would go into the pub and be pretty much talking about all the bum sex and stuff that he's not having. So because you live in a village, does that mean you're Daffod? Right, we are now approaching again Newark International. You don't go to the pub or discuss that sort of thing. What? Hang on. Are you still closeted? Are you just... Is it one of those things when nobody knows? Your parents still go, oh, we found any girls you like? No. Maybe his village has more than one. Could be. Oh, that's brakes. Oh, that's brakes, that's brakes, that's brakes, that's brakes. Done. We've arrived at, where are we? Oh, it says over there, look. Newark International Airport. I work, get home, then watch you in bed. What? You watch me in bed? I'm sorry. It watches my bed. What is? Because they only go there to sleep. My doors are locking. Now we're now going to see Elizabeth. That was a noise. You've seen the things you do in there. Not anymore. Not for the last 3 months. I literally just go in there and go to sleep. Punctuation is important. It is. You know what I mean? No, this is funnier. Oh, you've got no idea what you're letting yourself in for in Doncaster. You need to keep up. You really don't know this community yet, do you? You realise that, yeah? No, seriously, I do know what you mean. I'm the same. I work, I come home, I shovel some food into my mouth, I come up here, I stream. I go downstairs, I either watch 3 nights a week, I watch my Australian renovation show, flick around on YouTube for 20 minutes, go to bed, get up, go to work. The weekends now, it's just hang around for several hours, doing domesticated duties, stream, watch YouTube, go to bed. So I'm looking forward to next week off. The highlight of one of my days off is going to be go to the outlet village. Now that's how bad things are. And no, I'm not telling you when. And B&Q. I'm going to the outlet village and B&Q on the same day. You recently discovered you roll like an outlet village. Our one is actually quite good. I've been to the one. I went to Gloucester Quays, and walked around it and was like, it can't be back where we started, surely. Bicester Village is nice, but very posh. Went there last summer. Yeah, the Swindon Designer Outlet is actually quite good. If you're in, I fancy some. Well, I fancy some new trainers, and I might see what deals they've got on jeans. So I might be going on a bit of a spending spree next week. I want to go to the Superdry store in London because it's the biggest one in the UK. So I'm thinking they might have more of a range of clothes in more of a range of sizes. But that means, you know, going to London. Well, go to London. No! You can't make me. There's some clothes I can order online and you're fine. You know what you're going to get. Like t-shirts, like socks, boxers. Yeah, fine. You know you're going to be fine ordering online. But certain things, you want to be able to see them. Oh, that's brakes. Okay, we might not be stopping at Elizabeth. Oh, actually, we might be stopping at Elizabeth. Well, we're not saying Tiger looks like Daffyd, because I'm not imagining Tiger wearing, like, skin-tight PVC. Go to London, Stevie. You bloody shut up as well. There you go. Driver can't get out, but it's fine. London is whispering out to you. It's not. I spent a lot of time in London over the last couple of years. I do like trekking around London. There's just something about just hopping on and off the tube and the tram, or even getting on a bus and going somewhere. I did used to enjoy that. So yeah, I do need to do it. Londinium, yes indeed. But yeah, it's just one of those things of getting used to doing stuff on your own again, isn't it? You fancy a day in Oxfordshire just to annoy someone. What, Tigger? Right, Linden. So if you can't spell London. I am liking this route. It's not very busy, you really think that this sort of route in and out of New York would be ridiculously busy, but it's not. Tomorrow, back with some more Portal. I know I didn't learn last week. Portal 2. Probably won't complete it, but we'll do a couple of hours of it anyway until I get really stuck again. That's tomorrow night. Thursday night. I like Birmingham. I spend a lot of time in Birmingham. Anyway, Thursday night, something multiplayer. Don't know what it'll be yet. But something multiplayer Thursday. Friday night, looks like we're playing with our balls. Golf with your friends. Haven't got any of those. So some of the people in Discord. Saturday night, some trucking and tunes, where we're going to be in the UK. So artists and songs from the UK on Saturday night, if you want to queue up some music. Sunday, back on the farm for what I think could be the last time, maybe, if we can find a farm to go to. Although with the number of people now that are going to be farming dwindling, I think we may just stick with that farm until we absolutely have to switch. We'll see. And then Monday I'll be here with possibly some Riviera Line in Train Sim Classic. Tuesday the same, and next Wednesday Train Sim World 6. And I will be putting out some content on YouTube, hopefully on that Wednesday morning. Depends on when my embargo is, which I should learn this Friday. Oh, now you increase the speed limit. Alright, 1.8 miles to Linden. So yes, and next Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be doing Train Sim World 6. Definitely going to start with the Riviera Line. That's a must, really. I may even just do both streams. Do Wednesday and Thursday Riviera Line. One day doing a couple of trips backwards and forwards on the Exeter to Paignton. So maybe do like 3 or 4 round trips in that, in different trains. If it's layered in for the 166, or actually it might be the 150 because my content wouldn't have transferred over. But we'll do a couple of runs back and forth to Paignton, and then maybe on the Thursday night we'll do the Exeter to Plymouth. So that'll be IET territory, which is going to be rather good. And then the week after, then on the Monday and Tuesday, one night we'll look at the American route, so the Morristown, and then we'll look at the German route, which is Dresden, Leipzig. So try out the station announcements and the train announcements, see what they're like. And as I've said the last couple of streams, after time away in Doncaster, Discord meetup, I'm going to try and do a regular schedule of games so that people know what's coming when. So Tuesdays will be trains, Wednesdays will be something single player, Thursdays something multiplayer but with a small group, so things like Ships at Sea, Railroads Online, that sort of thing. Fridays will be... Really? You're going to stop way back here? Okay. Fridays will again be something MP, and then so things like balls, quiz, that sort of stuff on a Friday, tabletop sim, etc. I do want to do some Day of Infamy. I'd like to do some Forza again, so things like that. And Saturday nights I think we're going to have as being trucking. So play some tunes, either with ETS2, ATS, when we get the coaches, they'll be there. When we do the road trip thing in America, that'll be there. So that'll be a Saturday night thing. That'll only switch in if I'm not here on a Saturday for whatever reason. Then we'll maybe do that on a Friday or something. And then Sundays will continue to be the farm. Right, Rahway is the next stop. I watched another new show last night because I was bored. You've got to spend Saturday evenings with us lot. Yep. What was it called? It was called Task. And was really good. And we got another new show called Black Rabbit coming up soon. Tomorrow, in fact. That looks quite good. T-A-S-K, Task. With Mark Ruffalo in it. He plays an alcoholic FBI agent. I said Task. Task. Don't start with me, Trenty. I said Task. Where am I supposed to go? Task. You finished another season of Slow Horses today. So far it's been one a season a day. Third season's a bit of a... It's good. It's a bit of a tough one, is the third one. The fourth one, I've got to say, is my least favourite. Wasn't a fan of the fourth one. Yes, a couple of us did get together in Discord on Sunday night, which I actually quite enjoyed, and we watched the first episode of the first season of Slow Horses together. I quite liked that. Reminds me of the good old times. I'm not going to do it again, obviously, because they were idiots, but yeah, it was enjoyable. That hurts. Well, we tried to get others as well. Oh, brakes. Brakes. Michael was too busy watching Downton Abbey to want to speak to us. Tiger's too busy. I think Downton Abbey is one of those shows that I would probably go back and watch again. Ooh, hey, that's not bad. They can get out of the first carriage. I call that a win. You've never watched Downton Abbey. See, I always thought it was one of those shows that wasn't for me. You know, period drama. You know, like really, I just thought, I only bought it. Tried to get the old man to watch The Crown. He liked the first series and said, "Oh, we'll watch this when your mum comes out of hospital." She never did. So I thought, well, you might like Downton Abbey. So that's the same sort of thing, because they used to watch like Upstairs, Downstairs, and that sort of thing. And it was that. It's about, you know, the people that lived in the stately home and all about their servants and stuff. So I thought, oh, you know, they might like that. He watched the first episode and went, nah. But yeah, Downton Abbey is certainly one. You just get into the cast, and the storylines are so good, and it is about the below stairs and the above stairs families, I'm actually looking forward to the film. That's my plan for next week, is to go to the cinema and watch the movie. What's the other one that's supposed to be like that? Is it Bridgerton? That's filmed near where Ethan lives. Drove past the exterior lot. It's a bit rainy. Problem is, there's so many shows, and chat to people at work about TV shows and stuff, and someone said, "How do you get the time?" So I don't have the time. I said, "Well, see, especially if you're like streaming a couple of hours a night." I said, "Well, yeah, but it's the weekends, and it's like after the stream. I like to watch a show after the stream." So I've been watching my Australian renovation show. That's about an hour. So that'll finish by 9:30. Bit something on YouTube, bed. The weekends, I've got like summer Saturday afternoon, because now Larwood, I don't watch stuff with Larwood anymore. And then I've got Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Monday evening to catch up on various episodes. And it is nice when, like the other weekend, I binge watched that Hostage. That was really enjoyable. And then last weekend was the Bon Jovi story. That was about 6 hours worth. I binge watched that on like I think the Sunday night and Monday night. Done. When work calms down, I think I'm going to end up starting the West Wing again, because they're about 45-minute episodes and I can just watch one in my lunch break. Didn't watch anything today. I don't mind. I'm liking this route. I'm not a fan of this train because the brake's either off or on. Hardacres. Thing is, that's the problem in it. You get a show like Downton Abbey as such a big hit that other shows then try and copy it. As though, well, that was a big hit, we'll do something like that. And I think it's difficult then for something to be its own thing. This is definitely a bit rainy. Oh, so it's all flat caps and whippets then, is it? Yeah, I started watching that Shetland the other week, detective-y thing. That was quite good. Linley I watched on Monday. That's good. Like that. That's set. Where's that set? East Coast somewhere. So it's like, you can't have two detective shows from the same part of the country. We had one in Bath, didn't we? With MacDonald and Dodds. So many shows. Alright, Metro Park. I might try and get a bit of a wriggle on rather than dither along slowly. You might have to skip a station. Might have to go fast. Right, we've stopped. Doors open. Alright, let's see if we can go do a full power getaway from here. I'm really looking forward to the Riviera line. I hope it looks good. That's going to be the interesting thing, comparing it with Train Sim Classic next week. So doing a back-to-back, as it were. He's just preparing us when he mucks up the braking. No. Right, throttle's all the way back. Brakes are off. Oh, not really exactly a racing start, is it? Again, big American train, no power. It's lights out and a snail we go. Right, how many got left? Metuchen, Edison, New Brunswick, Princeton Junction, Hamilton, Trenton. They're not very far. Well, there's a bit of a gap between New Brunswick and Princeton. So I reckon we skip Princeton. Yeah, this train ain't stopping at Princeton. Isn't that a college? One of the big colleges, Princeton University. Don't know why they call our universities colleges and we call our colleges colleges. I'm glad when I was in education we didn't have to stay till we were 18. That would have been just torture. Steve! I need to keep my eye on what's at the Wyvern. And the Arts Centre. I've seen a couple of people at the Arts Centre before. What was school like in the 80s? Uh-huh. Well, don't stop back here, you stupid train. Oh, I got to point 4. In the 80s. I had to stay in education at 18. And you're a year younger than me. That's the year it changed. You know my real age. 26? 26. 27. 26. You're the only one that does. Oh no, Richard does. So you're the only one that does. That's around now. Everybody else I've bumped off. I should really annoy Trent. Make him hate me like everybody else did. I wonder what I can do. I wonder if I can do that. Doors are locking on the right hand side. Right, Edison in 3 miles. That's what staying in education does to you. Yeah. When everyone starts work and you leave school, you always have that period of time when you go, oh, I wish I was back at school. Then you go through the period of going, I'm bloody glad I'm not. And then you get to a point where you just get into that zone of just working. And then you get to a point with working that you're just focusing on retiring. Not working anymore. The end. I've got to find someone to look after me between now and then. The whom? The whom? That's Trent's job. No. You're still clinging on to the wish of being back in school. I didn't dislike school. I didn't hate it. It was just, yeah. Then become a Victor Meldrew. No, my old man struggled. When he retired, he struggled initially. He got himself a part-time job. Ferrying kids to school and back. So you get up in the morning, take them to school, come home, have a few hours with mum, go back out in the afternoon, come back. He did that for like 6 months and then did that as holiday cover and then stopped. So he was retired for 30 years because he retired at 62, I think it was. So he was retired for 30 years and eventually loved it. But, his health never really declined. Mum's health did. But never complained. Got into the routine of, he's still getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I think I'm quite sort of laid back like that. Never wanted for much. Always had those dreams. He was out in India during the war and always had that dream of going back out there. Always fancied going on a plane. He always used to say, I'd love to fly somewhere. He never went on a plane. But never did. And was quite, I think, content. It's like me. I'll probably never get to America. But I'll be quite content about it. Oh, you're a boarder. No, balls. Okay, some of the train is on the platform. A bit of the train is on the platform. A bit of the train isn't on the platform, but that's fine. Yeah, I used to come home for lunch. We used to have one lesson in the afternoon. It was always really weird. We'd go back at like 20 past 2. lunch was like 20 past 1 or something like that, till like 20 past 2 or half past 2. And we'd go back for like an hour and 10 minutes. So you'd have one lesson in the afternoon. So you'd trudge all the way back to school for an hour and 10 minutes and trudge all the way back home again. So we did proper days. You know, you're at school at 8:30 in the morning, you were there till 3:30. Not like now, where it's like, you know, 9 o'clock till 1. Or finish early on a Friday. What? Why? Yeah, Ethan had that. Ethan was in... Well, he got caught out. Because he was supposed to go in for registration every single day. And then if he didn't have a lesson till like after lunch, he still had to go in for registration. And then hang around for the day and then have his lesson. Well, initially he was just going in for the lesson in the afternoon. Until he got found out. And then he used to go in, check in, and then it would either go home again, which just seemed really an hour to get to college for registration, then we'd go home again for an hour, and then we'd go back again in the afternoon, and then back home again for an hour. It's like, it just seemed ridiculous. But yeah, Nigel, I say it's a place in the world I'd love to go, and I'm not, you know, I've got the money to do it. America, I've said this before, when my dad's brother died, before my dad died, I got given some money, not a lot of money, a couple of £1,000. And my dad said, use that to go to America. And I promised him I would, and he's been gone 5 years now, and I haven't. So yeah, so the longest flight I've done is Fuerteventura, 4 hours. I've only flown 6 times, Fuerteventura and back twice, and Liverpool to Belfast and back, obviously. Life is too short. Well, yeah, you come to realise that. No, I'm enjoying life. You know, last week I had a bit of a blip, which happens when you're dealing with the joys of depression. But generally happy. We've done Spain twice, Malta once. I've done Spain by ferry a couple of times, well, northern Spain, so Bilbao. We once came back from Sydney via Christchurch, Los Angeles. Oh, blimey. Again, one of my bucket list, my list of many buckets, is to do the non-stop flight from Heathrow to Perth. It's like 18 hours, 19 hours, whatever it is. I just the idea of just getting on a plane in Heathrow, and then getting off in Australia, non-stop. Just to me, there's just something about that. You've been to Benidorm, Rhodes, and Japan. Just throw that one in there. Oh, yeah, a bit of Benidorm. Okay, Rhodes. Yeah, Tokyo. So what? I wouldn't have seen you as someone that's been to Japan, Michael. Right, Princeton we're skipping. Next stop is going to be Hamilton. You've been to Poland. And you've been to Brussels, Trent? Oh, by flying you've been to Dublin. ferries is of the means of travel I've travelled by. I did enjoy the Eurostar going to Brussels because it was just so quick. 2 hours. Well, I think we did it coming back last time, about an hour and 45 minutes because we left late. We made up time, which it just seemed ridiculous. I really enjoy a slow ferry trip. Longest game of Uno in my life, yeah. But that was what, 5 hours coming back? That went so fast. I think that was only a cheap day out. I haven't done the Isles of Scilly, no. Your country total was 29. God. Well, Canary Islands is technically Spain. So I've done Spain, France, Belgium, that's it. Spain, France, Belgium. Well, you're already here. You can't count the UK because you're in it. Maybe you should do the Isles of Scilly. I'm not allowed on the Isle of Man. The Isle of Man frowns upon my kind. You can't love man on the Isle of Man. I'm not a fan of France. I did like Brussels. It just seemed a lot of homeless people in Brussels. But yeah, Belgium. I'd like to explore more of Belgium. I think Holland or the Netherlands I'd like to explore more of. I think that would be a nice country. Chasing the F1. Again, America's always had its appeal, partly to do the whole Amtrak thing, but because a few people I watch on YouTube are obviously in America. The idea of just going to Nashville and finding a bar, not for the drinking, but just to soak up the music and the atmosphere. New Orleans doesn't interest me. But again, it is one of those things, I've said this before, it's not something for me I could do alone. Because as I've realised, the last couple of years, going places with people is more enjoyable because you're sharing the experience with someone. I watched a YouTube video last night on North Korea. I was going to get picked up on Twitch. Hello, Twitch. And it was an architecture YouTube channel or building YouTube channel about this huge hotel that there is in North Korea that's been in the process of being built for the last 40 years. And there's this guy from the UK who's one of only 2 people from outside of North Korea that have been inside it. It's just like really weird. Keep away from South Texas. Oh yeah, and keep away from the southern states, yeah. Right, anyway, we're going to skip Princeton. We might just go fast all the way to Trenton now. Bloody hell, another train. They do exist. They are there. Are we nearly there yet? Yeah, I think that's the one, Michael. There's a YouTube channel called the B1M. Apart from the fact that every single video is sponsored, it's the only reason I don't subscribe. I pretty much watch most of the content, but on principle, I don't subscribe. Because they have sponsors that have nothing to do with architecture. And the host is someone who spends far too much time in the gym. It's like, no, that body image does not appeal to me whatsoever. Right, yeah, so we're going to go fast all the way to the end now. We're not going to stop at Princeton or Hamilton. Is that any good? Still prefer guys with beer bellies. Yeah, I haven't really got a type. Yeah, you can. You can go across, can't you? Yeah, that guy I follow on YouTube, the American guy, he went to South Korea and did a day trip to the DMZ. Again, doesn't interest me at all. So when my dad was in India, he walked through the gateway to India, and he went to the Taj Mahal, which he said was a bit of a letdown. So, you know, things like that, to go, well, I'd like to go there because to see something my dad has seen. But then I think, well, apparently it's not very nice around there. And it's just full of people that are just after your money and harassing you. And that sort of place I don't like going. You know, I think nothing worse of going to these like beach holidays where you're just getting people coming up and trying to get you to buy things on the beach, or you're walking along the street and people are trying to get you to go into their nightclubs or into their pubs, and no thanks. That's not my sort of holiday. So I'd love to go to Vegas just to say I've been to Vegas and to see the casinos and the size of them and stuff. New York, yes, but I'm only interested in like going across the Brooklyn Bridge, maybe seeing Times Square, and then getting the hell out of there. So I think I could do New York in a day and be quite happy with that. So when I was looking to do the Amtrak trip, that was going to be flying to Chicago one day, train out the following day, like 3 days then to Los Angeles, and then it's going to be hire a car, drive to Vegas, drive to Memphis, and then back to Los Angeles, and then fly home. Oh yeah, the pyramids. You look behind, turn around when you look at the pyramids, and it's blocks of flats. And again, people trying to encourage you to ride on a donkey, a camel, or a donkey. So no, that sort of holiday and that sort of tourism doesn't appeal to me at all. You see it in London, all these tourist places, and I know tourism's a big business for a lot of these destinations, and they rely on tourism, you know, shops and restaurants and hotels. Yeah, I really enjoyed seeing bits of Brussels, and loved going to Antwerp. That train station, because I like a bit of architecture, was immense. Didn't really see much of Antwerp. Literally left the station, went to McDonald's, went back to the station, got back on the train, came back. Oh yeah, he'll be straight off the plane, straight onto Marine One. I wonder where he's staying. I bet he's not staying at a Premier Inn. Or is he staying at one of the royal residences? Sandringham or something like that. Is he going there? If he's flown in at Stansted. Maybe he's staying at my house. They can land it. There's enough space out the back to land a helicopter. Spare beds made up. Got some crisps in the cupboard downstairs. Got some biscuits in. He wouldn't have flown it at Stansted if he was staying at Windsor, surely. Reports are Windsor. Why would he land at Stansted? He's got to fly across London. Oh, well, there you go. Never been to Windsor. That was one of the places that was a discussion about a place to spend the day, because it wasn't far from a certain someone. Legoland is there, yeah. I would like to do something next year and do something like Alton Towers. I can do it in a day from here. It's a tiring day. We did well because we stayed in Derby last time. It was ideal because we didn't have to leave too early. It was like a 50-minute drive, something like that, back to the hotel in Derby. And the hotel was really cheap. So I'd probably do the same. Friday night in Derby. Because it was right close to a Timmy's. And then Alton Towers on a Saturday. And the ideal time to go, as I said before, is either like March or like April will be good, or late April, early May, while the kids are still at school. Handy they built the castle so close to the station. But there's two stations, isn't there? There's two competing railway companies. GWR only built the extension down to Windsor from, is it Slough? Because of the competing line coming in. We'd love to do that. What, Alton Towers? I'll have a serious chat to a few of you in Doncaster. I would like to make plans for my own benefit to get me out of the house as well. You don't like theme parks. Yeah, but our ex-Green comrade said that. Got him on a roller coaster, thinking, right, he's going to go on a roller coaster. He's not going to like it. He'll just spend the rest of the day holding a bag or whatever. And no, loved it. Right, Trenton then. 3.3 miles, and then we will be done. Done one. It depends on the roller coaster. If it was like Blackpool Pleasure Beach and it was like the Grand National or something, that was one of the wooden ones, then I'd almost see it. or like the big one at Blackpool was your first roller coaster, or one at a bloody like South Sea Seafront, or your local fun fair, then of course they're going to be looking awful. But a proper roller coaster, thing is, it's not all like roller coasters as well. Yeah, there are coasters are a big thing, but you got like the log flume and the river rapids thing. They're great fun with a few of you. Flambards at Falmouth, yeah, but that's going to be a tiny bloody, almost picked it up at Poundland sort of roller coaster. Something like Oblivion. Anyway, we are 1.4 miles from the end, and I can go and sit back downstairs and cry. Cry on the stream. Stream. Got my Australian renovation show to watch. Things are getting nasty. It's no longer 5 teams all being pally and nice. There's a battle going on now. It's great. I haven't been to Blackpool for a long time. The big one wasn't there when I went to Blackpool last. Actually, no, I came, according to Blackpool, on the way back from Scotland. When was that? 6 years ago? Oh, shit. Yeah, 6 years ago. So we did our group meet-up in Northern Ireland, and then I went to Scotland in the same week. That was a busy week. Here to Shrewsbury to Liverpool, flew to Northern Ireland, 2 days in Northern Ireland, flew back to Liverpool, drove to Perth, 2 days in Scotland, and on the last day, or the day coming home, I drove... Oh, bollocks. That counts. We made it. On the day coming home, we left the hotel in Perth at like 8:30 in the morning. I drove into Edinburgh, parked up, walked around Edinburgh, did Edinburgh to, which one's further north? Windermere. Did Windermere to Blackpool, Blackpool to Chester, Chester to Shrewsbury, Shrewsbury home. That was a long day. I got home at like, I think it was like 10:30 at night or something, 11 o'clock. And literally, I think I walked in the front door. I think the keys were on the stairs. My jacket was on the banister. I literally think I went upstairs, went for a wee, and got into bed. The last bit of that journey, coming down the A419 off the M5, was a sheer struggle to stay awake. Anyway, I call that a success. For big ones that are 30 years old. Anyway, I was like, I no, it can't be. That's it then. That is the end of Train Sim World 5. We will never see this, well, I won't see this menu again. That's it. We're done. No more Train Sim World 5. This time next week it will be uninstalled, which is a shame with things like this, that it's just going to get instantly replaced. But Train Sim World 6 is coming next week. There's more to come from this little chappie as well. I can't say anything, but I think we're going to see some more of Thomas at some point. And I'm looking forward to that. I haven't finished Thomas yet. I think there's a couple more of those we need to do. So that might be one stream one day. We'll do a bit of that. So there we go. We will end there. More trains back next Monday, where I'm going to be doing some Train Sim Classic, looking at the Riviera line, going down to Plymouth from Exeter, and then down to Paignton from Exeter. That's going to be next Monday, and potentially next Tuesday as well. Next Wednesday, fingers crossed, will be Train Sim World 6, the preview. Day before the release, I will be bringing you Train Sim World 6. And because I'm not at work, I might start earlier. So be warned. For those of you that have normal 9-to-5 jobs, you might miss a bit of that. I will be recording some content though, so you'll see some stuff before the stream, hopefully. But I will probably start streaming earlier that day. And then the same with the Thursday as well next week, and then more stuff on the Monday and Tuesday the week after. There we go. So that's the next trains. Tomorrow night back with some Portal 2 with Stephen Merchant. I thought he was in Portal 1. Thursday night will be something MP, don't know what yet. Friday night we're playing with our balls and then also doing a stream. And then Saturday some trucking and tunes in the UK. And then Sunday some farming. So lots of stuff to come for the rest of this week. So thanks to you lot in chat then for keeping me company for that 2.5 hours. That went rather quickly. To Simhaven for resubscribing earlier. And that was it. There we go. I'll be back tomorrow night with some Portal number 2s. That sounded wrong. Until then, if you have been, thanks for watching. And we'll have 30 seconds to listen to this music for the last time. I'm really going to miss that music. Good night, everybody.
Hello there, Derek here. I sees you playing with the balls today. I used to play with my balls. Trouble is they got rather sore and I had to go downtown to see the doctor. He gave me some cream, but it didn't taste very nice. So I got old Joe now to do it for me. He's a nice lad, that old Joe.